how efficient would you say the speaker is percentage-wise? So this was fed 100 watts of power. How many watts do you think you're hearing when it's produced? Because the speaker might be rated at 100 watts or 50 watts, and you're feeding it with the same amount of energy, but how much are you actually hearing on the output? We can have that topic for a completely different discussion, but in the meantime...
oh shit! It's happening tonight. In the place to be. Human.
Okay, so talking about variable impedance, and we mentioned the CP technology and Rockford Fosgate amplifiers. So interestingly enough, speakers, when they're in a static mode, what that device is measuring is DC resistance. And as you can see, it's saying what, 3.7, 3.6, that's actually a 4-ohm speaker. However, speakers, when they move with AC signal, the impedance changes. So I'm going to demonstrate the reverse of what happens. So as I put that cone in, you can see what's happening here.
What's happening? Huh?
It's going 15, there's like all kinds of impedances. It just jumps around continuously. So when a speaker is playing and doing this, obviously the amplifier is having to try and cope with those impedances. Now you can imagine when the impedance rises, what happens is you get less power from an amplifier, right? When the impedance drops, you get more power, which is going to change the way in which that amplifier produces that signal, which has then been amplified. Constant power, what that does, it tries to keep that constant. So there's a loopback circuit, which essentially tries to minimize that effect or that impedance variation, which as a result makes the music reproduce as real as it was when you heard it from an instrument, which was an analog created signal straight through the air, the air directly to your ears. So you have less loss. To consider that an entire live band would have all these instruments, your vocals.
All I wanna do when I wake up in the morning is see your eyes. Rosanna, Rosanna.
I mean, violins. Your trumpets. Bass drums. All of that being captured by various microphones, put onto a mixing desk, and then mix it down into 2-track recording stereo, and this has to do the job. Oh my goodness. And then people still spend half the amount of energy and time trying to install them with, inferior wiring and amplifiers that don't have the correct current. And the reason why the current's so important is because it's got to deal with these demands that the speaker is asking of. Constant power is one of the secrets that we have as a company. And I hope that's educational. Like and subscribe.